Welcome to today's class of mathematics of chapter 13, that is direct and inverse proportions. With the help of this chapter, we are going to observe how variation in a quantity brings in variation in the other quantity. Here, to start with the chapter, let us first learn about direct proportions. Two quantities are said to be in direct proportion if they increase or decrease together in such a manner that the ratio of their corresponding values remain constant. That is, if x upon y is equals to k, where k is the positive number, then x and y are said to vary directly or are said to be in direct proportion. Here, in such a case, if y1 and y2 are the values of y corresponding to the values x1 and x2 of x, then x1 upon y1 would be equals to x2 upon y2. Also, when x and y are in direct proportion, they are written as x proportional to y. Here, let us take an example to understand more about direct proportions. Here, let us suppose that the cost of 1 kg sugar is 18 rupees. Then the cost of 3 kg sugar would be 54 rupees. Similarly, the cost of 5 kg sugar would be 90 rupees. Here, with the help of this example, we observe that as the weight of sugar increases, its price also increases, thus keeping the ratio constant. Hence, we can say that it is an example of direct proportion. Consumption of fuel and distance travelled can be another example of direct proportions. Next, we shall learn about inverse proportion. Two quantities x and y are said to be in inverse proportion if an increase in x causes a proportional decrease in y or vice versa, in such a manner that the product of their corresponding values remain constant. That is, if x into y is equals to k, then x and y are said to vary inversely or are said to be in inverse proportion. Here, in such a case, if y1 and y2 are the values of y corresponding to the values x1 and x2 of x, then x1 into y1 would be equals to x2 into y2, or x1 upon x2 would be equals to y2 upon y1. Here, when x and y are in inverse proportion, they are written as x proportional to 1 upon y. Here, let us take an example to understand more about inverse proportion. Here, let us suppose that 5 men takes 300 days to complete a work. Also, when the number of men are increased, that is, they are increased to 10, they take 150 days to complete the same work. Also, if we observe the pattern given in the table, we can say that as the number of men increases, the number of days to complete the same work decreases. Thus, here we can see that it is an example of inverse proportion. Time and distance is another example of inverse proportion. Well, I hope you are clear with the concepts. Thank you.